Here he comes. Enter LINSHIDONG. What a player he is. The world number 2. And if things work out in his way results-wise here, we could be looking at the future world number 1, the soon-to-be world number 1, as well as, who knows, world Olympic champion. They're gearing him up, the Chinese coaches such as Wang Hao, to be nothing shorter than that. And he takes on in this match Wong Chun-Ting, the Arrowhead, the grizzled veteran from Hong Kong, China, one of the best pen holders on the planet. This should be very, very interesting indeed. One of the more competitive, I think it's fair to say, round of 64 matches here at this edition of the Singapore Smash. I'm your commentator, Fraser Riley, very much looking forward to it, as I'm sure you are as well. Let's get into some of the stats after we meet our umpire here, Patricia Liu, who I'm sure is honoured to be here in the high chair for this one.
Lin, please come for the toss.
Just have the coin toss now, just waiting for LINSHIDONG and Wang Hao to finalise their conversation.
Lin, please come for the toss.
Many, many fans will be excited for this one. LINSHIDONG is the truth of Chinese table tennis. He can't figure out what he's doing.
I have red, black.
Let's see if
red
the players
for
too.
Lin, black for Wong. Black, Wong, you win the toss, receive.
There we go. So Wong chooses to receive after winning the toss, meaning that he will have the advantage of serve if it goes the full distance. 9-all in the decider. That's why you sometimes see players choose to give that away. You'd be surprised to see it go the decider, but let's be honest, this is not an easy first round match for LINSHIDONG by any stretch of the imagination. He's only 19 years of age. They call him Little Stone. That's his nickname. And he is rock solid. 2 in the world. He won the last smash that we saw in the world of world table tennis, the China Smash, beating none other than the Dragon in the final. It was the LINSHIDONG show in the second half of 2024. He won every single event after beating Oh Jun-Sung in the final of the WTT contender Almaty. And then the WTT finals came, and Wang Chuqin just managed to finish the season in style after, I think it's fair to say, a bit of a drought. Yeah, he has already 7 WTT titles, LINSHIDONG. Here is his opponent, Wong Chun-Ting, who's just won the 1 WTT senior title, a feeder. His best recent event was the contender in Muscat, where he reached the semi-finals. Former World Championship medalist in men's team and mixed doubles, Wong Chun-Ting. Here's a look at the prize money. So the winner will take home $75,000 US. Already these two have made the cut of the round of 64, so that's $5 grand. Total prize pool of $1.5 million US, and the champion will also take home 2,000 ranking points. That's why we're saying here that LINSHIDONG could be the world number 1 after this event. World rankings updating every week. Here's the fan vote, and surprisingly, China's LINSHIDONG taking that one. 63% though, so few of you believe there could be a headlining upset, or you're just trying to show the Hong Kong China legend a bit of love. So then the table is set. Lights, camera, action. The world number 2 is here to play. The highest ranked player so far at the Singapore Smash to take to the Infinity Arena. LINSHIDONG facing Wong Chun-Ting for a place in the men's singles round of 32.
First game, Lin to serve, love all. Love 1.
Nice start from Wong Chun-Ting.
Two, love.
We mentioned that the WTT head-to-head 0-0. This is their first meeting on a WTT table, but they have played once before, and that was at the Asian Championships in Astana, Kazakhstan at the end of last year. They met in the men's singles round of 32. And I'm not going to lie to you, Wong Chun-Ting was battered.
1-3.
It was 11-1, 11-6, 11-5 to LINSHIDONG, who ended up reaching the men's singles final, losing to Tomokazu Haramoto. But he was nearly eliminated by Benjamin Faraji of Iran earlier on in that event.
2-3.
Just trying to get into the groove here, LINSHIDONG, who is sporting the brand new Team China jersey for 2025. So then, after a good start from Wong Chun-Ting, Lin backing up his services with that backhand, and what a backhand it is. The best backhand, I think, hands down, in the world right now. I was talking yesterday with Dan Ives from Table Tennis Daily about LINSHIDONG being a fairly backhand-orientated Chinese player, which, for his size as well, makes it even more unsurprising. But
5-3.
with advancements in technology and the fact that a backhand is a less expensive in terms of time recovery stroke, that's why we're seeing this sort of adaptation from some of the Chinese players. And there it is. Basically no backlift on it, and he's able to generate that shot off a slow spinny ball from Wong Chun-Ting. An awkward ball to block, but Lin can dismiss it over the top.
3-7.
Unbelievable. Wong has forgotten what it feels like to win a point. Nice control there from him. Been as high as 6th in the world, Wong Chun-Ting, which he achieved in March of 2018. Oh, left the door open and he got burgled. Good proactive play from Wong, but Lin read it. And when it rains, it pours. Forehand counter straight cross court. Nobody home. 7 of the last 8. It's amazing how quickly LINSHIDONG has managed to reset here after a slow start. I mean, you might have Wang Hao in the corner, but it's important to still be able to sort of self-coach. Oh, my goodness. What a shot. Forehand shot block. Incredible touch. Nice Chiquita. And that's it. That is all she wrote. 11-4. First game of LINSHIDONG's campaign here at the Singapore Smash in singles. And he beats Wong Chun-Ting fairly comprehensively. So there is Wang Hao. Fairly happy with that, but he's still got some things he wants to pass down to his player there. We'll start from the Chinese player. So then, let's take a look over to Hall 2, Table 2. Quadriaruna, who's had some fantastic results at the Singapore Smash, has beaten Oh Jun-Sung, a player who has been taking names himself. Encouraging signs there for the Nigerian. 3-1 win. He's through, and we'll get the draw up in a second just to take a look at who will be facing who out of this one. We have many Chinese players involved. Liang Jingquin, Shang Peng, Zhou Jihao, the first to fall. He was defeated by Croatia's Tomislav Buca. Chen Yuanyu through to play Zhang Wujin, the 12th seed. Top seed, of course, world number 1 and defending champion Wang Chuqin. And here, the 2nd seed, LINSHIDONG, who I think really made a wave in the world of table tennis at the last edition, defeating the king of the jungle, Fan Jin-dong, who had never even lost a match in Singapore before that one. So the winner of this match will face either Edward Ionesco, the qualifier who's made it through, or Simon Gauzy of France. Sure, a lot of you would love to see Simon play LINSHIDONG. So dynamic here from Wang Chunting. Loop to loop. Nicely finished off from Wang Chunting. And the nice little shoulder shrug as well. Finish that off with a plump. Nice fade. Stylistic winner. And a good start again from him. Question of whether he can maintain it. LINSHIDONG gets it back. You can see how he's trying to chase his forehand, Wang Chunting. Even though he's got a really, really solid reverse penalty backhand, he would prefer to impose himself with that forehand. Understandable. Basically every penholder does. But it's interesting with Felix Lebrun, he's slightly different. Lebrun, a fairly backhand-orientated penhole player who defeated LINSHIDONG in the semi-final of the champions Montpellier. So then, more relevantly here, Wang Chunting ahead by 2. First tiebreak of the second game. Shovel serve, read well, but that bread and butter backhand. It's incredible. Not only is he great close to the table, but a lot of fans attracted to LINSHIDONG's playing style because he's also very good away from the table at lobbing, looping. He'll even occasionally throw in a chop. He's got fantastic touch. Speaking of which, look how wide the balls were. Wang Chunting, even from extreme backhand, fancying his forehand. It's a nice reverse penalty backhand. LINSHIDONG just trying to get him into that crossover section, and from where he was, he had to try and come across the ball, play with extra side spin. There's Wang Hao, 3-time Olympic finalist, penholder himself, a penholder who, as well as I think Zhang Jike, made the most significant innovations as a Chinese player we've seen in a long time. So then, 4 is the lead, just 3 is the need. Let's take a look at that rally again, as well as just the trajectory of ball. This is what we love about men's table tennis. And we're seeing it more and more in the women's game as well. That raw power, that alpha play. Lovely push. You couldn't even really hear the contact between the rubber and the ball because LINSHIDONG came right underneath of it and hasn't even lost a point in 8s. Make that 9. And Wong Chun-Ting is experiencing a deja vu and not a good one, because again in this game, after a good start, it's just a drought, a whitewash. LINSHIDONG refusing to give him a sniff. Oh, magical there though. Win his last match here in the Infinity Arena, which was played today in men's doubles. But don't think he's going to win this one, Wong Chun-Ting. Saved a couple of game points here, but still on the edge of the plank. Well, Wong Chun-Ting delaying what seemed to be the inevitable. Another comprehensive victory for LINSHIDONG. Just leaving Wong Chun-Ting to feed off the scraps. He's hungry, he's willing, and he's able. And the second game is his. A little bit more tight there, but still pretty one-sided, 11-6. We have a lovely graphic for you here, the race to 100 WTT wins. And as you can see, LINSHIDONG is winning that charge. He's ahead of the pack. Haramoto just 6 behind, who leads Wong Chun-Ting. Interesting. And of course, you've got to factor in as well, some players play more events than others. Wong Chun-Ting, for example, will not be playing too many contenders or feeder events like LINSHIDONG was only a couple of years ago. Won his first WTT title at the European Summer Series feeder event in 2022, LINSHIDONG, and since then has gone on to win 6 more. Most recently the Champions of Frankfurt, where he beat Anton Shelbury in the final.
2-love.
Right into that hip. It's a miracle that LINSHIDONG even managed to get back on ball there.
2-1.
Just finds the edge. Nice inside out forehand. He's got a big swing, Wong Chun-Ting. Quite a free stroke. With the Asian players, you tend to see their forehand is slightly further away from the body. If there was a sort of ping pong ball under the armpit, it would fall out. Whereas with Europeans, they like to keep it closer to the body, really. Less notable differences with the backhand side between Asians and Europeans.
3-all.
Homing in here, Lin. Again, and another good start from Wong Chun-Ting. That is every game. He's managed to get ahead by a couple of points. What impresses me most about LINSHIDONG isn't his ability. isn't his technique, isn't his shot-making ability, it is his attitude. There's something very authoritative about him, which, for a player at only 19 years of age, we have barely seen. There's a composure to his game. He seems to have a very, very good attitude. First player actually from his city, Hainan, to represent Team China at table tennis, LINSHIDONG. So, bit of a trailblazer as well.
5-4.
The beach boy, we like to call him.
Timeout. Wong.
And Wong Chun-Ting would love a little bit of time in the sun. He's going to stand under the shade of Liu Guodong just for a minute. So LINSHIDONG here, just leading by a point. Wong Chun-Ting has called a timeout.
5-4.
Serves back with LINSHIDONG. Must-win game for the Hong Kong China paddler. He pounced on that service, but couldn't get there for the second. Let's have a look at this block from LINSHIDONG. Yeah. Came right through the back of the ball with that one.
4-7.
Constantly hunting for the attackable, and he will pivot or stand very backhand biased off basically every serve, unless the right-handed opponent serves from middle or forehand. Because he can trap spin of a serve with that forehand touch or push, and if it is long enough, he can attack it with the forehand right away. But it doesn't make it any really easier for the opponent to serve wide to backhand because of how good his flick is. There really are not many options.
Net 7-5.
Yeah, forcing Wong Chun-Ting to enter the storm straight away there, LINSHIDONG. World number 2, just 3 away now, 3 ahead. Should be home dry.
5-9.
And now, desperate times, perhaps desperate measures for Wong Chun-Ting. Former top 10 start has met his match. Very spinny ball there. Didn't come through fully for LINSHIDONG to play that backhand rip. Nice play. Four match points for LINSHIDONG. Yeah,
11-6.
That's a pristine performance from LINSHIDONG. And in their first WTT meeting, he beat Wong Chun-Ting of Hong Kong, China in 3 straight games. Exactly the same as their meeting at the Asian Championships. There aren't many players that can give LINSHIDONG enough food for thought to trouble him. He is that good right now, the world number 2. Are we looking at next week's world number 1? Well, it depends on how he plays and also how Wong Chun-Ting can do, the top seed here. So many fascinating stories coming into this Singapore Smash, and LINSHIDONG, of course, is going to be one of them. That's how he did it. Shovel serve. Just another